All right, let's get right into it. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're tackling what is, absolutely without a doubt, the most urgent new frontier in digital visibility: answer engine optimization, or AEO. If you've been noticing a weird shift in how your content is performing online lately, or if you're kind of scratching your head wondering how to get generative AI to actually recommend your brand, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break down exactly how you can engineer your digital presence so that the machines don't just read your content, but literally trust it enough to cite it as fact.
So let's start with a number that should honestly be a massive wake-up call for all of us: 83%. Right now, out of the nearly 3 billion daily queries processed by AI engines, there is an 83% zero-click rate. Think about that for a second. That means users are asking these super complex questions and getting full synthesized answers directly in their chat windows. They get exactly what they need, and they never even click through to a website. The traditional organic traffic we've all relied on for decades, it's rapidly vanishing into these direct answers.
And the stakes couldn't be higher for traditional search either. Get this. When Google introduced AI overviews, organic click-through rates dropped by a staggering 61%. Let that sink in. Just ranking on the first page of search results? It's just no longer enough. If an AI overview pushes your link down and answers the user's query instantly, your #1 ranking means practically nothing in terms of actual human traffic coming to your site.
So, to navigate this massive shift, here is our playbook for today. We're covering 1. The zero-click search era, 2. SEO versus answer engines, 3. The 4 pillars of AEO, 4. Optimizing for specific platforms, and 5. Measuring your AI visibility. By the end of this explainer, you're going to have a clear, measurable traffic advantage.
Okay, part 1. The zero-click search era. Essentially, the traditional model of the internet, the classic 10 blue links on a page, is facing a total existential threat.
The core philosophy we all need to adopt right now is perfectly captured right here. When AI engines answer the question instead of listing links, being ranked is no longer enough. You have to be the source the answer is built from. Users today rely heavily on tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity for synthesized, direct answers. They don't want to hunt through a web page anymore. They want the AI to do the hunting for them. Which brings us to part 2. SEO versus answer engines. We really need to define exactly what AEO is, and more importantly, how its mechanics fundamentally differ from the SEO tactics we've been running for years.
So what is answer engine optimization? It's the practice of structuring content, schema, and entity signals so AI engines confidently cite your brand verbatim inside a synthesized answer. Notice the specific difference here. While something like agentic SEO focuses on preparing for autonomous AI agents taking actions on behalf of a user, AEO is strictly about competing for inclusion and citation in the generated text itself. You want to be the literal source the AI quotes.
Check out this direct contrast. Traditional SEO, that was engineered for human clicks. It relied on ranking visibility, backlink volume, and long, comprehensive pages. AEO, on the other hand, is engineered for machine extraction. It's all about recommendation visibility. It relies on entity recognition, structured schema, and short, highly extractable paragraphs. Basically, one is trying to win a spot on a list, the other is trying to become the synthesized answer itself. It's a whole new ballgame.
So how do we do it? Let's jump into part 3, the 4 pillars of AEO. To feed the AI machine exactly what it wants, we rely on 4 hierarchical pillars. Step 1, entity clarity. Step 2, structured data. Step 3, content architecture. And step 4, citation authority. You have to remember, large language models are essentially giant prediction engines. They need atomic, verifiable facts from across the web to comfortably trust and extract your data. If you're missing even one of these pillars, the AI will just bypass you for a source that's easier to parse.
Let's unpack Pillar 1, entity clarity. AI relies on identical entity signals across the web. You absolutely must standardize your name, address, and phone number, your NAP. On top of that, you need to use organization or person schema markup with same-as arrays linked directly to authoritative sources, like Wikidata QIDs. To put into perspective just how important domain authority is to entity trust, pages on sites with over 32,000 referring domains are actually 3.5 times more likely to be cited by ChatGPT.
And if you look at where AI actually pulls its top citations from, it makes total sense. Wikipedia is the absolute heavy hitter, commanding up to 48% of ChatGPT's top 10 citations. Journalism and news account for 27%, and community forums like Reddit take about 15%. But brand domains, only 10%. AI systems heavily prioritize authentic, human-vetted entities. So your strategy can't just live in a silo on your own website. Your entity needs a strong footprint in the places the AI already inherently trusts.
Moving on to Pillar 2, structured data. This is where you transform your beautiful, flowing marketing prose into raw, machine-readable facts that engines can instantly parse. Research actually shows that applying 3 or more distinct schema types to a page, like combining FAQ page, article, and product schema, increases your AI citation probability by a solid 13%. It basically removes the ambiguity that keeps your facts out of AI answers.
For Pillar 3, content architecture, you must format for clean extraction. Here's your checklist. Answer the question directly in the first 30 to 60 words. Why? Because a massive 44.2% of all LLM citations come from just the first 30% of a page's text. Write in atomic paragraphs. We're talking 40 to 60 words maximum. Use standalone declarative sentences. Implement scannable tables. And try to aim for one verifiable statistic per 100 words. Make it ridiculously easy for the AI to just lift your content cleanly. And we aren't just guessing here. Let's anchor this in hard data from the landmark Princeton Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO study. They proved this definitively. By simply adding authoritative quotations to content, researchers saw a 41% boost in AI visibility. Adding precise statistics gave a 31% boost, and optimizing for fluency yielded a 28% boost. Vague marketing fluff is dead, guys. Highly factual, citable content is the new king.
So you might be wondering, with these pillars in place, how do these AI platforms actually decide who to cite? And more importantly, do they all use the exact same rules?
Well, that brings us to Part 4, optimizing for specific platforms. Because assuming that one single optimization strategy works universally across all large language models, that is an incredibly expensive mistake.
Just look at how the dominant signals change across this matrix. Perplexity relies heavily on live web retrieval and absolutely loves community sources like Reddit. Google AI overviews still lean heavily on classic SEO authority. But look at ChatGPT. It retrieves live results primarily through the Bing index. In fact, a whopping 87% of ChatGPT citations correspond to Bing's top results. So here's the crucial takeaway. If you aren't registered in Bing Webmaster Tools, you are virtually invisible to ChatGPT.
Okay, finally Part 5, measuring your AI visibility. How in the world do you track this new paradigm when traditional Google Search Console metrics just don't tell the whole story anymore?
To adapt, you need the right tools. Platforms like SEMrush are fantastic because they perfectly unify classic SEO and AI visibility tracking in one single dashboard. Ahrefs Brand Radar is incredible for competitive benchmarking at scale. And if you're an enterprise dealing with complex brand narratives, Profound excels at deep narrative defense and misinformation detection.
But regardless of which tool you use, these are the essential AEO metrics you absolutely must track. You need to monitor AI-generated brand mentions, your prompt visibility across specific LLMs, and your competitors' share of voice in those synthesized answers. You also want to track brand sentiment and your citation frequency. Tracking these exact metrics ensures you actually know if AI systems trust and recommend you, rather than just knowing if you sit on a search page that, let's face it, no one is clicking on.
Oh, and one quick aside, none of this matters without technical access. Seriously, check your robots.txt file right after this and make sure you have an accidentally blocked GPT bot, Perplexity bot, or Google Extended. Also, look into implementing an LMS.txt file. It's an emerging standard designed specifically to cleanly guide AI crawlers through your content. Maintain quarterly content freshness, and you'll ensure you stay actively in the synthesis loop. We've covered a massive amount of ground today, so I want to leave you with this provocative thought. Will your brand be the synthesized answer, or will you remain completely invisible in the zero-click era? The playbook is right here in your hands. It's time to embrace answer engine optimization and start structuring your digital footprint for the machines. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I seriously can't wait to see how you put all of this into action.